Hello, world. How you doing today? This is 13 Zulu here, Zulu Nation Network, out here trying to drum up some work like always. Just want to tell you good morning. What I want to speak on today is a very strong topic that's in the world, in the United States right now, and it's why you should not give up your weapons, why you should not turn in your firearms. And the biggest reason for this, I am a student of history. As a kid, I would watch a lot of History Channel. I'd watch a lot of those documentaries. Everything from Hitler to Mao to the Hutsi and the Tutsi, the Hotel Rwanda movie is the simplest way I can put it. And I guarantee you, throughout history and time, every single time there is a mass weapons confiscation or a mass weapons turn-in, there's genocide. There is always blood in the streets. History does not repeat itself, but it does rhyme. It comes close. And if you go back to looking, even when any country that does not have weaponry to defend itself either gets invaded or destroyed or taken over, or going back through biblical times. If you go back to the Spartans, there's a reason why these people were a warrior society. Defense is a must. Being able to defend yourself and your life at a moment's notice. I'm be straight up with you. I'm in the Army for about 4 years. DOC officer. Retired. I'm out of that. Defense is a must. And that comes to knives and firearms. Defense of your life in that split second moment is a must. Do not, and I tell you, do not turn in your firearms. Never. And the reason why that is, only slaves don't have firearms. How much more of a slave do you want to be? Please tell me. How much more of a slave? We are in debt. A lot of people, if you look at California, these people, they're living in tents and then they're kicking them out of the tents, that they're living on the side of the road or they're living in the bushes already. How much more of a slave do you want to be? How much more of your rights do you want to give up? How much, and the thing about it is the gun-free zones that they create is the main reason why there's mass murder that takes place. The situation is set up in favor of the mass shooter or the killer, because majority of people who are law abiding, they follow the rules, but the killers don't follow rules. So your logic is so backwards, and it's so just like mind-numbing. It's pretty insane. You know what I mean? Like, why and how does this take place? Why and how does this take place? If you have the U.S. Army or the U.S. Marine Corps and you send them into Fallujah, with weaponry, tanks, up-armored vehicles, ready to repel attacks. But if you know that you have jihadists and killers and bomb makers and stuff running around the United States, you tell people, oh, it's all right. Gun-free zone. You don't need that. You don't need any weapons. Turn your weapons in. The guns are the problem. You know what? And this is my biggest thing. I hope they have a call to ban bombs. I hope to God this week they have a call to ban bombs, because if they don't, the hypocrisy level is going to be on such a massive scale, it's not even funny. That's what I'm waiting on. I'm waiting on for them to say ban bombs. I hope they do, because if they say that, I can at least be like, okay, all right, they're not totally full of shit. But if they don't say that, they're totally full of shit, because then the scenario does not fit their agenda, which is gun confiscation. During, if you go back, you look to history, blacks didn't have weapons during, the Klan, the original starting date of the Klan, which most of them were Democrats anyway. Most people don't know that. You can look that up on YouTube anytime you want. The origins of the Klan, they are Democrats of origin. And the blacks started having their weapons to defend themselves. When Harriet Tubman was running from the north to the south, she had her weapon to defend herself. There's a reason why they're trying to disarm the people. You know what I mean? But a lot of time people ain't paying attention. People ain't understanding what's going on. And it's scary to the fact that people are just willy-nilly, you know, they forgot so quick. Even Las Vegas, officers were not adequately ready to handle a situation of that magnitude. You know what I mean? And so many people had to die because of people's laziness. People's laziness caused people to die. And it's going to keep happening until warriors are ready at a split second's notice to fight for your life. That's where at least the purge was 24 hours. You're having 10-minute purges. That's practically what this is. It's like a quick purge. At least the movie A Purge, you had 24 hours. Modern day purge. Just with less time. For 20 or 30 minutes, it's all hell hard. Hey, for those 20 or 30 minutes, you better be ready to buck fire and shoot back. You better. That's where we're at. Weapons confiscation is just, it doesn't work. It always fails. It always ends the mass murder of people. And there's no balance. There's a reason why the Second Amendment, the 2A, is there. It's a balance of power for tyrannical government. And also, another reason why the Japanese didn't invade America, a general even quoted that there would be a rifle behind every blade of grass. America isn't impossible to invade because so many Americans are armed. So it's a deterrent. Not only are our nuclear weapons a deterrent, but then on top of that, that's a secondary deterrent of so many people being armed. And also, you want to be able to, in that moment of, what's the word I'm looking for? They call it death ground. In that moment of death ground, where you have no retreat, no surrender, you know what I mean? In that moment, do you want to at least say you say you either saved your life or at least you took that fucker out with you, or at least in that moment, okay, I was able to stop the situation, change the situation, or I didn't go down without a fight. You know what I mean? And then I was watching 300 the other day, and it's such a beautiful movie where the dude rode up and he was like, Leonidas, we're surrounded. We are undone. We must retreat. And then, I can't remember how exactly did Leonidas say. And then, he was like, well, what must we do? And then, he was like, we must retreat. And Leonidas was like, well, that's an easy choice for us, Arcadian. No retreat, no surrender. That's real shit, bro. That's how you should be living every single day. No retreat, no surrender. Give it to your enemy. Push in, destroy. If they come at you with force and aggression, you 10x that force and aggression and you put it in their face. And this comes to everything: life, debt, wealth, money, family, relationships, everything. You need to push in to take control of the situation. You have, if you are on the back, that is uncontrolled. You need to be up front hitting that, you know. But just to be completely clear, you know, I support 2A. I support the Second Amendment. I support people having the right to defend themselves. I support people being able to choose how they want to be in a free country where we are free men to choose as we wish and to decide our fate like the way God intended it to be. So thank you. God bless. This is 13 Zulu here. Hey, fight for your rights. Do what you need to do. Take care of your family. Invest your money. Buy your weapons. Be happy. Be American. Hey, do what you need to do. God bless. Have a blessed day. 13 Zulu out.